Hi everyone, I'm recording a match moves class for you. It is going to be targeting lower body and core, so a lot of legs, a lot of glutes, and a little bit of core kind of mixed into the middle of that. All you'll need is a mat. You do have the option if you have some little dumbbells at home, or if you wanted to grab something like 2 cans, you could use that for some of our standing leg stuff. Otherwise, it can all be done body weight. So make sure you have your water near you and make sure that you turn on some music because there will be none in this video. When you're set, we're just going to start seated so you can be facing the shorter edge of our mat. Comfortable position. Your legs can be straight or they can be crossed. Whatever's a little bit easier to settle into. Closing your eyes to start. Just trying to settle into your mat. Drop the shoulders away from your ears. Try and find a position where you're not going to fidget too much. Before we get started, we're going to cue into our breath. So when we inhale, I want you to think about inhaling through your nose, expanding through your chest, also expanding through your belly, letting you take in as much air as you can. And then as you exhale, I want you to think about pushing all of that air up and out. It's going to come out through your mouth. So take a few minutes here, tune into your breath, thinking about getting as much air in, letting the body just relax a little bit before we get started. When you're set, we're going to start with just some gentle shoulder rolls backwards. So lifting the shoulders up towards our ears and then dropping them down, rounding them through the front and then lifting back up again. We can switch going in the other direction. So lifting up, rolling them forward as much as we can, and then kind of squeezing our shoulder blades together at the back as we lift up and continue that little circle motion. From here, we're going to bring those arms all the way overhead, reaching tall, lengthening through your torso. We're going to take that right arm, we're going to drop it down towards the mat, letting that left torso and the left arm fall towards your right-hand side, lengthening as much as you can. Before pushing up with your right hand, arm comes back up too tall at the center, left hand drops, right arm reaches over. We're going to move through this a couple times, side to side, so always resetting nice and tall at center. Or letting yourself lean. As you lean, try and keep that opposite hip on the ground as much as you can, kind of fighting that urge for the hip to lift up. We're going to do one more on either side, finding some more length through your torso, through your arm. Last one. Good. After you come back up through center, we're going to bring our arms out in front of us. So from here, fingertips are facing forward. We're going to round through our shoulders and round through our upper back. So getting as much of kind of that big curve through your mid and upper spine. We're going to unroll, squeeze, and pull those shoulder blades together. Back the opposite way, round, reach those fingertips away, and then pull in, squeeze the shoulder blades. Good. A couple here at your own pace. Good. One more each way. Good. When you're done, come back to center. Come up onto your hands so we can bring those legs out from underneath us. We're going to be in our tabletop position, wanting to thread the needle. So right hand, you're going to take that. You're going to slide it behind that left hand that's planted. We're going to rotate our body, rotate your eyes. Everything goes towards that left hand side. Good. Be strong on that left side, pushing all the way up. Plant that right hand. Left hand does the same thing. Slides behind the right hand. Rotate your torso, twisting through your spine. So keeping it dynamic. We're just moving back and forth here, trying to twist a little bit deeper every time. Good. You got one more in each direction. Last one. Good. From here, we're going to push up into our high plank position just for a moment. So when we're here, the belly button comes up towards your spine. We're going to step that left leg forward to the top edge of our mat. Drop that right back knee. The left hand is going to be the one that opens. So planting that right hand on the inside of that front foot. Left hand reaches up. We twist towards that front knee. Eyes go up. Good. Hand comes back down, back up into that high plank position. So strong through the shoulders, strong through the core. Right foot steps forward, left knee drops. Right arm open, rotate to that right knee. Good. Coming back out of it. So again, we're going to keep it dynamic, just moving side to side. Always resetting through that high plank at center. We've got 3, 2, 1. We're going to land back in that high plank position, but we're here, we're going to down dog. So hips shift up and back towards the sky, towards the back of your mat. You can pedal through your feet, stretching through the backs of your legs. Find a comfortable position for them every time your heel tries to come to the ground. Good. From here, take those feet. We're going to walk them in towards our hands. A little bit of an inchworm. When you get feet to hands, lift those hands off the ground if we can. Soft bend through the knees. Grab those arms and just let your torso hang. You can shift side to side. Just let everything be a little bit heavy. Good. From here, you can put those hands back on the ground. We're going to squeeze through our glutes and our hamstrings. We're going to start to roll ourselves up. So think about engaging. We're moving slowly. We're lifting. We're pushing off the ground. Getting up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders back. Good. We're going to face the long edge of our mat. Want you in a nice wide stance. Hands can be on the ground if you need a little bit of support. We just want to find a gentle sway side to side. Opening up through the hips a little bit. Doesn't really matter how deep you're getting at this point. We can be light on our feet. We can pivot up onto our heels. Whatever feels good for you. 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to come walk those feet in a little bit. From here, we're going to try and sink down into a nice deep squat. So hands can be on the ground. We're going to drop our hips down, try and bring the elbows onto the inside of the knees. We can lift up those hands if we're able to, add in a little bit of pressure onto the outside of the knees. We're going to keep our chest upright. From here, we're going to lift those hips up, so lengthen through the backs of the legs. Really push away with the feet round to the back if we can. Good. Adjust your feet if you need to go a little bit wider. It might be a little bit easier to sink down. Dropping those hips, lifting through the chest. Good. Keep moving in and out of this movement, taking that stretch in between, but trying to find a little bit of a deeper squat every time that we land at the bottom. 2. Last one. Good. Coming all the way up. Again, rolling up through our spine. Take those feet nice and wide. Again, we're going into our lateral lunges. We're going to go a little bit slower and just trying to find a little bit more depth. So arms can be out in front. We're going to shift our hips down and back. We're going to start with our left side. That left knee is going to try and find a place over top of that left toe, tracking in the same direction. Going to whatever is comfortable. When you're here, you're going to squeeze to that left side, push yourself all the way back up. If you feel like you're cramped, just take those feet a little bit wider. We're going to sink into that right side. So chest is up, shoulders are high. Drop to the right, pushing back up. Good. We're just going side to side. Again, trying to find a new depth every time that we sink down. 3, 2, 1. Good. Hands come to the side. We're going to face that short end of our mat again. We're going to start with some standing legs. So we have a couple squats to get through. The first one, we're going to go into a narrow squat. So bring those feet in less than hip width apart. As we sink down, we don't need to go down into a full squat. So hips are going to kind of shift back. We're going to come down about 1/3 of the way, and then we're going to stand all the way back up. So play around kind of with your feet, what that feels like. When we're here, we're going to kind of take that tailbone, tuck it underneath us. We want to stack our ribs over top of our hips as much as we can, sinking those hips down, standing all the way back up. When you get to the top, when I think about pushing those hips through and forward at the top, getting some extension through those hips every single time. Once we feel fine with this movement, we can add some arm movement in. So take those arms, we're going to set them down at our side, almost like you would have 2 dumbbells. Option to add the dumbbells at this point. If not, we just keep our hands close to the outsides of those legs. We're going to pause here, and then we're going to extend those arms all the way back. So arm is straight, locked out at the elbow. Bring them back down, stand it up. Good. Inhale, squeeze that core. Sink those hips down and back. Find that pause. Extend. In. Up. Good. We keep moving here. Every time we lift those arms up, think about squeezing through the backs of the arms and squeezing through the shoulder blades in that end position. So even though it's a squat, we can get a little bit of upper body work going on. We've got 3 more. 3. 2. On this next one, we're going to pause at the bottom. We pause here. We're going to go send those arms to the back like we just did. Now we're going to take them all the way to the front. So reaching up overhead, biceps to ears. Good. All the way to the back. We're here for 4. Good. Hold that squat. Push those knees out. 3. 2. We're going into our last one all the way back. All the way up. Back to neutral. Hips come up. Good. We're going to sink down one more time. Same thing, but hands go out the side again. Drop those hips down. Find that pause. Really try and tuck those ribs in from here. Send those hands back. We're going to keep them as end position. We're going to pulse from here. So keep those arms straight. We're going to lift and then slightly lower. Good. Lift, lower. 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to lift and just squeeze. Hold them there. 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop them down. Stand it up. Good. Walk those feet out a little bit. So we're in a regular squat stance. If you need to take a couple reps to figure out what that feels like, feel free. Arms are going to come up to shoulder height as we reach the bottom of that squat. Again, if you're feeling cramped up, just take a little bit of a wider step apart. Feel free to turn those toes out. I'm going to try and keep our chest up and proud. Gazes forward. Once we feel like we've kind of figured out our stance, we're feeling comfortable, we're going to add a little half rep into the bottom. So as you come down to the bottom, hands come up, pause there. We're going to lift almost halfway. Sink it all the way back down. Stand it all the way up, arms come in. Same thing. Drop it down, hands come up, find that pause. Lift, sink, all the way up. Good. Trying to find a new depth every time. Every time that we sink down, control that movement down. Lift, lower, stand it up. Good. We have 3 more. All the way down, lift, lower, all the way up. We got 2. Good job. We have the last one. The same rep as this, so all the way up, halfway, all the way down, stand all the way up. We're gonna go back in for a pulse. So find that bottom end range. Hands are up and strong. We're just gonna pulse, so up and down. Playing in that little bottom range, legs are strong. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it all the way up. Good. We're gonna go into a sumo position. So I want your feet even wider than they were before. And we're gonna angle those feet out a little bit more if they weren't. We're gonna take those elbows, we're gonna tuck them in at our side. So as we squat down, we're not gonna get the same depth, which is okay. But as we sink down, we're gonna send those arms out to the side. We're gonna hold it there. We're gonna add a flip down, flip up, and then when we stand up, we're gonna drag those elbows in, squeezing through our back. So elbows tucked in at the side. Find that end position of your squat. As you get there, arms should be straight. We're gonna pause here. We go flip down, flip up, stand it up, draw the elbows in. Good. Same thing, set that core, tailbone tucks in, drop in the squat down, arms extend at the side, flip, flip, squeeze it in. Good. So just moving through these movements in whatever range of motion you've got. Trying to sink down as far as we comfortably can. Good job. We got 4, 3, 2. Good, we have one more full rep. flip down, flip up, stand it up, squeeze. Then we're gonna go back down to the bottom. Arms extend out at the side. We hold here, we're just flipping the arms. So keep those elbows as in line with our shoulders as we can. Palms are just flipping down, up, down, up. We got 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Good. You're gonna face the long end of your mat. Run into some curtsy lunges. So I'm gonna keep my left leg planted. I'm gonna start with my right leg moving. Hands can just go onto your hip to get started. So plant that left leg, right leg steps behind. We're gonna drop that right knee down. Try and keep that left knee somewhat in line with that front toe. Stand it all the way up. You wanna be heavy on this left side. When we get to the top, the right side is just there for a little bit of balance feedback. We're gonna try and keep all the weight on that left side. Good. Play with whatever depth you can get. If we can get our knee to touch the mat, that's great. If not, play around with your end range with whatever feels good. Good. From here, we're gonna add that left arm. It's gonna go up. So it's gonna follow what our leg is doing. So when we sink down, arm comes down. When we stand up, arm extends overhead. Down, lift, down, lift. Good. We have 4 more of these before we add in kind of a layer. 3, 2, 1. Good. We're gonna go all the way down again. Stand it up. We're gonna add in a little bit of a twist crunch. So from here, taking right leg, left arm, we're gonna balance on that left side. We're gonna come in, crunch at center, try and get them to kiss. Extend and then back down for that lunge. Good. Pause, lift and rotate. Tap it down, down for the curtsy. Good. Nicely done. Full extension at the top. Really try and rotate through that torso. Stable on that left side. Almost there. We have 3 more. We got 2. We have the last one. Down, up, twist, out. Good. Shake out the legs. Grab a drink of water. We're gonna go back to the top. All the same movements, but in the end, we're gonna hit that other side for the curtsy. So back to our narrow squat, we're going straight into it. So feet are skinnier than our hips. Hands are at our side with dumbbells or no dumbbells. We're gonna sink down, bring that tailbone in. We can stack our ribs over top of our hips. Try and keep those ribs tucked down. Shoulders are down and back. We're gonna drive the hips down and back. We pause. We're going straight into that tricep extension with the straight arm. Back out, stand it up. Sink down, extend, back, stand it up. If we're setting our core every time at the top, we can take that breath. If we need to exhale everything, but before we sink down, we're gonna draw that belly button in, tuck those hips underneath. We can set up for a strong core as we sit our hips down to the bottom of that movement. 4. We got 3, 2, 1. We're gonna pause at the bottom. Arms go all the way back. We're gonna keep our hips here though, and we're gonna send those arms all the way to the front of the mat. Lift, 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 biceps to ears. Extend all the way back. 4. Strong through those legs. Arms are straight. 3. We're extending and reaching through those fingers at the front. 2, and we're squeezing the arms at the back. Last full rep, all the way back, all the way up, back to neutral, stand it up. We're going back in for those pulses. So drop the hips down one more time. Extend arms all the way back, and we're gonna find that end range, and then we're gonna lower and lift. Think about keeping those elbows in, tucked at your side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, we're gonna stand it all the way up. Take your regular squat stance. Whatever that means for you. We're gonna take those arms, we're gonna send them up to our shoulder height. Regular squat, no half pulse yet. Just get comfortable in that movement. As soon as you're ready, we're gonna drop it down, pause here, find that half rep up, back down, all the way up, hips squeeze through at the top. Lower, lift, lower, stand it up, good. Drop, lift, drop, up. 4, 3, 2. This one we're just gonna pulse. We find that bottom range. We go up, back down, up, down. Pulse it out, knees are pointing outward, strong through the outer hip. 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way up. Good, back into that sumo position. So extra wide for the feet. Rotate those legs out to the side. Elbows pin in at our side. As we drop those hips down, we're gonna send those arms out to the side, full extension, straighten. We pause here, down, up, drag them in, elbows meet your side. Good, drop it down, pause, flip down, flip up, squeeze it in. Good. Again, playing with whatever depth feels good for you, whatever range your hips are allowing. Flip, flip, up. 3, 2, last full rep. So flip down, flip up, stand it up, drag it in. We're gonna sink down, extend those arms. We're gonna hold this squat position. We're just flipping. So strong in the legs, one more time. Flip down, up. 3, 2, 1, stand it up. Good, facing that long edge again. We're being firm on that right side this time. So get your bearings, right foot plants down into the ground, left leg is stepping behind to the right side, dropping down for that curtsy, standing back up. Play with how deep you want to go, play with how wide your step needs to be. If we're not getting our knee all the way down, you can just turn into more of a step. Keep it high, but just enough that we're keeping that emphasis on that right foot this time. Good. 2, 1. From here, we add that arm. So the arm is going to move with that leg. So sink it down, drag the arm down, stand it up. Good. Down, all the way up. If you've got a weight, this is just your regular shoulder press. 3, 2, 1. After this next rep, we're going to add in that little twist. So sink down, stand up, rotate crunch, knee meets elbow, extend, drag it down. Good. Extend, cross it center, up, down. A little bit of coordination. Ooh, a little bit of balance. 3, 2, last one. Crunch, extend. Good. Grab a drink. We're gonna find ourselves in a bear crawl position when you're ready. So starting off with a little bit of a core movement, we're gonna go into a bear crawl hold, and then eventually we're gonna add in a bit of a step back. So hands are gonna be underneath our shoulders. When we're in this position, we wanna be kind of joint stacked, so wrists under shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. Your core, we're gonna think about bringing our belly button up to our spine. So we wanna think about lifting our torso a little bit, really feeling the core activate here. We wanna avoid as much arching through the low back as possible. If you're feeling this, think about belly button lifts up to spine, which is gonna tuck your pelvis in a little bit. So this is our starting position. From here, tuck those toes in. We're just gonna lift 2 knees off the ground and then tap it back down. So you can reset your core in between every rep. If you feel like you're kind of losing that connection or sagging through the low back. Just a little bit of a lift, find a little bit of a hold at the top, and then control that movement back down. This is option 1. You can continue with this movement. Option 2, we're going to lift. We're going to take a step back with that right foot, step the right foot in. Left foot steps out, left foot step in, drop the knees down. Good. You can reset. Use that core, lift, right out, in, left out, in, tap it down. Good. If you don't need that little break in between, you don't have to take it. You can just stay up in this bear hold position, extending through the legs. Whatever option you're choosing, we've got 4, 3, strong in the shoulders, 2, last 1. Good, dropping down. We're gonna sit our hips back to our heels, reach those arms out in front of us. A little bit of a child's pose stretch. Give your wrists a little bit of a break. Shake out if we need to. We're going back into that tabletop position. We're gonna extend our right leg and left arm. So we've got a bird dog. Again, lifting that belly up, one straight solid surface through our torso. We're gonna lift our left arm and right leg at the same time. We're just lifting in line with our body. We don't need to go any higher than that. Again, if we're feeling like we're kind of arching through that low back, when we're here, we need to lift up, and we need to maybe think about not lifting that leg as high. More about how well we can use our core, opposed to how high we can get that leg. Good. 4, 3, 2. On the next one, I want you to lift. We're gonna hold here, we're gonna pulse. So lift up, down, super small. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all in. Good, we're gonna drop down to our forearms. Right leg is still moving. So knees are gonna be back a little bit. We can shift our weight forward. Again, if we're feeling that arch, lift up through the torso, strong through the shoulders, almost trying to push away. We're gonna take that right leg, we're gonna extend it straight. We're gonna keep it flexed. So your big toe is pointing down towards the ground. We're heavy through our elbows and forearms, but light through our hands. We're gonna drive that heel up to the sky, squeezing through that right glute, and then control it down. Again, we're not going as much as for height. If we can come in line with our body, that's great. We're looking for a little bit of core control and stabilizing as we're coming onto 3 limbs and trying to keep that left hip strong. Lift, lower, good. We got 3, 2, keep that leg straight. 1, good. We're gonna lift all the way back up, find that end range. Got our little pulse. So we lift up, down. 5, 4, 3, keep squeezing. 2, up and hold, straight leg. 3, 2, 1. Tap it down, but keep that leg straight. We're gonna go into our rainbow. So you can take that right foot and take it to the outside edge of that mat. We're gonna lift up, make a nice little rainbow, tap it onto the left side. Up and over, tap right, tap left. Good. Again, doesn't have to be super high, but what's your core doing? Can we use it any more? Can we straighten through the back? 4, 3, 2, last 1. Good. Back through center. We're going to roll onto our left-hand side so that our right side is up. If you need to fold over the mat, you can to make it a little bit more comfy on your elbow. That left bottom leg, we're going to bend it and then you're going to stack it underneath. So we kind of want to be as much as one straight line as we can. As we lift up, again, your hand should be nice and loose, but we're going to be strong through the elbow. We're going to try and keep it stacked underneath that shoulder as best we can. Hand can just go on the hip for now. Use that top leg as a little bit of a kickstand at the end. So we're going to lift up into a side bridge and then drop that left hip down. Good. Lift up, squeeze at the top, control down. Good. If we're feeling like we're not lifting, take that right hand, wrap it around the rib cage on your left hand side. As you lift, squeezing up through that left glute, you should think about lifting through the left ribs. Control it back down. So you should almost feel it want to peel away from your hands. All the way down. Good. 4, 3, 2. At the top, we're going to hold this position. We have a leg lift. So right leg that we were just working, we're going to lift, keep it straight, big toes facing away. Drop it down, drop that left hip back down to the ground. Good, little reset. Prepare, lift, right leg straight, lift, all the way down. Drop the hip. We have 4 more. 4, 3, 2. On the next one, hold up. This is our last one. We're gonna keep that hip high. We're only gonna move the leg though. So we're going up, down, up, down. Keep it straight as we can. Left hip is super strong. Nothing really should be moving other than this right side. 4, 3, 2. Next time you're up, we're gonna hold it here. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Let everything come down. We're gonna go back to that child pose. So swing those legs back around. Send the hips back to your heels. Extend those arms, lengthen. Grab a drink if you need to. We're going back to the top. We're going to do that other side. So we're starting with those little knee lifts. So stacking wrists, stacking knees, zipping up that core. We're strong through our torso. We're tucking those toes. We lift up 2 knees. Tap it down. Good. These are all familiar movements. So we're going to move right into that second layer if that's what you're choosing. We're going to go into those step back. So we're going to lift, right back, in, left back, in, tap it down, out, in, tap it down. Take out that tap down. If we don't need it, we're just going to stay in that bear hold position, alternating those legs. Good. We got 4. Keep pushing through those hands. 3, 2. Last one on each side. Out, in, in. Good. Reset. Take a load off those wrists if we need to. When we're ready, we're going back to that 4-point position. We extend that left leg this time. Extend the right arm into those bird dogs. So finding your stability, tucking the core in. We're lifting up through that back left leg and up to that right front arm. Tap, control it down. Lift, lower. Get only coming up to the height of our body. We don't need to go any further than that. 4, 3, 2. Next time you're at the top, we're going to hold, add that pulse. Lower, lift. Good. 4, 3, belly button lifts. 2, 1. Everything comes in. We're going to find that forearm position again. Now we're moving that left side. So step those knees back a little bit. You can shift that weight forward. Again, setting that pelvis, so tucking the tailbone in underneath you. Belly button lifts up strong to the shoulders. Left leg extends nice and long again. From here, we're driving that heel up to the sky. Keep that big toe down. Tap, lift. Good. Hamstring should be as straight as we can get it. We're really squeezing through the quad to help keep it straight. Left hip is strong as we lift and control it down, but right hip is strong and stabilizing so that we're avoiding kind of dumping into our right side. Good. We got 3, 2, 1. We're all going to lift back up. We've got a little pulse. Lower, lift, lower, lift. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, but keep it straight. Left leg goes to the left corner of our mat. We're going into those rainbows. So setting everything up before we lift. We're going to squeeze through the left side, lift. Tap it down on the right. Good. Lift and rainbow over. Back and forth. Again, nothing should be moving other than this left limb. Upper body is stable. Torso stable. 3, 2. Last one. Good. When you're done, you're going to drop onto that right side so that your left side is lifted. Again, you can double up under that elbow, right leg bent underneath us, trying to make one long line with our body where we can. As we lift up, that shoulder is stacked over top of our elbow. Left leg is just there for a little bit of support. We're in this bridge position. So we drop it down, try and tap that hip, and then lift, pulling yourself all the way up. So again, you can use that hand on your rib cage. Left hand wraps around to right side. Think about almost guiding it up to lift it. Tap it down. Good. Lift. Lower. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. At the top of this next one, hold there. Left leg straight. Bring that big toe almost up towards you. Lift that leg. Lower it down, then lower that right hip. Take that rest. Lift, lift, lower, lower. Good. 4, 3, you can do it. 2, going all to lift that hip, lift that leg. We pulse, lower lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze and hold strong on the left side. 3, 2, 1. Good. Control everything down. Unroll that mat. We're going to land to our back. We made it to our final little block. We've got some core and one more glute movement to finish us off. So once we're set up, we're going to go in just to some little supine curls, but we're going to keep our legs up. So you want your knees stacked over top of those hips. A little bit of a space in between the knees is fine. Core-wise, we're going to think about driving belly button down towards our spine. I want you to try and tuck your ribs and the front of your hip in close together. That's what we want to maintain throughout the movement. You want to be able to focus on your breath while holding this. If you need to reset, you reset at the top. Take your break, re-engage your core, and then move into the movement. Hands go to the back of the head gently, or they're just there for a little bit of support. We're not going to pull on our neck. From here, set that core. So think belly button to spine, tuck the chin. We're going to lift up. Gaze is going through our legs, and then control it back down. Good. Engage. Lift. Find a hold at the top before letting it go back down. If we're having an issue, kind of keep that core engaged. You can always drop the legs and just start out with a supported version. But if you feel like you've kind of nailed this, feel free to lift those knees back up at any point. We're here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Keep those knees where they are. We're going to go into some alternating bicycles. So super slow. We're not going for speed. We're going for a little bit of control. Same idea with the core. Setting up that core, belly button drops down to the spine. We're going to lift our head. We're going to extend our left leg long, hovering above the mat. Right knee is going to find that left elbow. We come back through center. Try and keep that head lifted as we can, if we can. Extend the right, rotate towards the left. Good. Back through center. If you need to take a rest in between for your neck, do so. Lift back up, extend and rotate. Every time that we rotate, when you think about lifting that shoulder blade up off the ground, turning through your ribs and extending really long through the straight leg. Breath-wise, we're going to exhale when we cross through center, finding that twist. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax the head, drop those feet down to the ground. From here, we've got a glute bridge. So set up those feet. Heels are close to your bum. So just about hip width apart, but feel free to change whatever positioning you need from here. Engaging that core, driving through your whole foot. Hips go up to the sky. One long line from knees down to chest. Control it back down. Good. Lift and squeeze. Control it down. Nicely done. Every time you're at the top, think about driving your knees out just a little bit, avoiding them caving in. At the top, trying to find a new height every time that we lift and reach up towards the ceiling. 2, 1. Hips come all the way down. I want you to bring those feet in a little bit towards each other. We're going to lift all the way back up. From here, hands can just go onto the ground for a little bit of support. We're going to lift that left leg up into a march. We're going to hold, tap it back down. So knees stay bent. We're lifting the right side. Lift and hold. Tap it down. We're here for 6 more. 6. Hips stay high the whole time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap the heel down, but keep the hips up. They can stay narrow. We're going to pulse. So we're in our top range here. We need to lift a little bit higher. So dig deeper. Lower it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips come all the way back down to the ground. Find lower back onto the mat. Good. We're back to the top. One more round. You can start with that heel planted position, or you can come right up into that knee over hip. Hands go to the back of the head, in for that curl. We're going to lift our head up. Again, gaze goes between our legs. We're going to inhale as we lower back to the ground. Exhale. Every time we get our head up to the top, lifting head, neck, and shoulders as much as we can off the ground. 5, 4, almost there. Light on those hands. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go right into those bicycles. So if your legs are on the ground, you're gonna bring them up to this tabletop position. From here, we're gonna lift head, neck, and shoulders. Option to either reset in between or keep everything lifted throughout the whole movement. So we're gonna extend that left leg, rotate towards the right side, kiss the knee, bring it back in. Good. Rotate, push that leg away, back in. So as much as we're trying to rotate our whole body, I also want you to try and think about driving that leg that we're straightening. Get in as straight as you can. Find that hover above the ground. What's there? 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Bring everything in. Head finds the ground. Feet find the ground. We're going to go wide glute bridge this time. So feet are going to find the edge of the mat, but still close to your butt in distance. From here, belly button to the ground. Lift all the way up. Control all the way down. And same thing as before. We're gonna be just in that wide stance. So driving those knees out towards the side every time that we're at the top. Find that emphasis on the outer hip. Find that hold at the top before slowly lowering down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips come all the way down, back into that narrow stance for the march. We're going to lift 2 feet. Hands can go on the ground, or if you feel fine, hands can go up above your chest. Drive everything into that right leg. Left leg lifts up. Find that pause. Control it down. Hips stay high, lifting that right leg. Again, that knee always stays bent. We've got 6 more. 6 is our last piece of work. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Left side stable, right side lifts, down, relax it down. We're gonna go into those pulses. This is our last part. We're gonna lift hips, keep a narrow stance, find that end range. Hips come down a little bit, lift, lower, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Roll everything down. Okay, we're gonna take one full body stretch. So legs extend, arms extend, reaching away. Bring those arms in, bring the knees in. We're gonna give yourself a nice big hug. You can gently roll side to side. Take that right leg, you're gonna keep it in, but the left leg is gonna go really straight against the mat. So try and have contact as much as we can through that leg. Right leg, we're gonna take it across our body, rotating through our spine, rotating through our hip. We're gonna get a stretch on the right side of the hip. If we can drop it down, that's great. If not, just support it wherever you need to. That right hand, if you have space, you can let it extend out to the side. If not, you can just let it cactus against the ground. Trying to find some contact between that right shoulder blade and the ground if we're able to. Good. Help that right leg back up through center. Slide that left leg in. You're going to figure 4 that right one over top. Hands just at the side. We're going to pivot on that left heel. So just getting some gentle movement through our hips. Letting them fall to whatever is comfortable. That right leg can be guiding as we're dragging that left side down. One more each way. You're gonna come back up through center. Keep the same position though. Take your hands, loop them through, grabbing onto that left leg. We're gonna try and be relaxed through our right side so you can pull that left leg in closer to you. I'm gonna feel that stretch for the right side of your, kind of the back of your leg into your hip. Good. We're gonna extend both legs again. Really, really reach away with those toes, reach overhead with those arms. Bring that left leg in towards your chest. Give it that little gentle hug before dragging it across your body towards the right side of your mat. So twisting through, left hip. Again, support where we need to. If we can't drop it, you can just cradle on the inside. That left hand, you can extend out to the side, or cactus, bending at the elbow. Just getting that little bit of a twist, trying to make contact with our back and the ground. Helping it back up, you're gonna figure 4, so drag the right leg in. Again, pivoting on that right heel this time. We're just dropping side to side, so some gentle hip movement. About one more in each direction. Good. When you come back up through center, hands go through, cradle that right leg, relaxing through the left side. We're dragging that right side in towards us. Again, just trying to find that deeper stretch through the left hip, using the force of our right side. Good. When you're ready, slowly unravel. You can push yourself onto your side to help you get up to seated. Take your time. Anything else you need to stretch, now's your time to do so. Thank you for watching and moving with me, and we'll see you next time in studio.